Our school, Michael Nagar Shikhaniketan, government sponsored co-ed English medium higher secondary, has taken an excellent initiative in conducting online classes through YouTube channel. Even in this pandemic situation, our school did not step aback in providing and enhancing knowledge to the students. So it's a request to the viewers, please like, comment and subscribe.
Apart from NaCl, MgCl2, CaCl2, we have many other electrolytes. What I want to say that if we use such kind of salt, they can also act as electrolytes because they can produce ions. Like if we have potassium hydroxide means it is KOH, okay, and KOH can form ions like K plus and OH minus, okay, potassium ion and hydroxide anion. Suppose if we have ammonium sulfate means NH4 whole 2 SO4, okay. So it will dissociate as NH4 plus and SO4 2 minus, that means ammonium as cation, sulfate as anion. Now if we have sulfuric acid as the electrolytes, sulfuric acid will dissociate to form 2H plus and sulfate anion SO4 2 minus. Now if we have potassium nitrate, that is KNO3, it will form K plus ion as the cation and nitrate ion as the anion. And lastly, if we have copper sulfate, that is CuSO4, it will dissociate to form Cu2 plus cation and SO4 2 minus anion. So all of them can be used as the electrolytes in their fused form or in their solution form. And if we take ammonium sulfate as our electrolytes, then it will form NH4 plus and SO4 2 minus in the as the ions, okay, and that ions will conduct electricity. If we take sulfuric acid, you can see the production of H plus and SO4 2 minus ion. If you take potassium hydroxide, you can see the formation of potassium and hydroxyl ion. So at the cathode, what will happen? All the K plus ion will move towards cathode, forming just simple potassium metal. If we take sodium chloride, we have seen the formation of sodium metal over the cathode. So here we can see the formation of potassium metal over the cathode, and OH minus ion first will move towards the anode and it will reject one electron, forming simple OH minus functional group. Then it will combine and finally it will form water molecules and oxygen, okay. So apart from NaCl, CaCl2 and MgCl2, we can also use these compounds as the electrolytes, but we can't use alcohol, or I have mentioned before sugar solution or pure water, okay. These cannot be used as the electrolytes. Now we have the application of this process, that is application of electrolysis. What process we can perform applying electrolysis? Number one is metal extraction. As you can see before that we have done the extraction of sodium, we have done the extraction of calcium, potassium and magnesium also by using this electrolysis process. If we use sodium salt, any kind of sodium salt, it may be sodium chloride or sodium sulfate, which can act as the electrolytes, and if it acts as the electrolyte, so obviously we can see the production of Na plus and Cl minus ion, and then all the Na plus will move towards the cathode, and from it we can see the deposition of sodium metal ultimately. So, like sodium deposition, we can also see the deposition of calcium. If we take calcium chloride as the electrolyte, we can also see the deposition of potassium if we use or if we take potassium hydroxide as the electrolytes. So, all kind of metals, not all kind of, the metals which are very much reactive in nature, for that type of metal particularly we use this metal extraction process by electrolysis. So, generally the metals like sodium, the metals like potassium, the metals like aluminium, magnesium, calcium, all these kinds of metals, they are very much reactive in nature, and we can extract these metals by applying the process electrolysis. Okay. So, for metal extraction process industrially, this process is very much helpful. Okay. Next thing we have, next application, that is electroplating. Electroplating means we know that we have certain utensil or certain ornaments made up of silver. Now, if we want to make a coating of gold over that ornaments or over that utensil, then we can use this process that is known as electroplating. That means we are giving a coating or a plating of another metal over some another things or another metalloids by applying the process of electrolysis, and that is why this process is known as electroplating. Okay. In this process, the material over which the plating is to be done, it should be taken as the cathode, and with which it is to be done, that should be taken as the anode. What I have mentioned, suppose I have an ornament which is made up of silver, okay, and now I want to give a gold coating or a gold plating over these silver ornaments. Okay. So, then what I have to do? I have to take these silver ornaments as the cathode. Okay. This silver is to be taken as the cathode, and a very fine strip of gold I have to take as the anode. Okay. Simple, if I want to create a coating or plating over any kind of nickel utensil or nickel ornaments, or over any iron ornaments, iron utensil, iron spoon it may be, then iron should be taken as the cathode. Okay. And the metal with which I want to create the plating or I want to create the coating, that metal I have to take as the anode. If I want to give a gold plating, then I can use gold strip as the anode. If I want to give a silver coating, then the silver strip of pure silver is to be taken as the anode. Okay. And the term galvanization is specially applicable if I want to give a coating of zinc. Okay. This galvanization, this particular term is related to the coating of zinc. If I want to give a coating or if I want to create a plating of zinc over any other type of materials like iron, then the process is particularly used here, that is known as galvanization. Okay. And galvanization is generally done over the iron materials to prevent the phenomena which is known as rusting. We know that in presence of moisture air, that means water vapor, and in presence of oxygen and air, if a iron utensil or iron material is kept outside for a prolonged period of time, we can see that rusting has been created over the materials. So, to prevent that phenomena, to prevent rusting, galvanization is the only process to protect the materials from rusting. So, by applying electrolysis, we can do this. And the last application we have, that is electro refining or purifying of metals. So, we can also do this by the help of electrolysis. How? If we take the impure metal block as the anode and if we take the pure metal sheet or pure metal strip as the cathode, then we can do this process, that is purification of metal. Suppose I have a block of impure copper. Okay. So, this impure copper I have to take as the anode, and if I make it purify, then I have to take a strip of copper which should be pure, okay, or the sheet of copper which should be pure. Then the pure copper sheet is to be taken as the cathode, and simply by the process of electrolysis I can make this impure copper up to more than 99% pure. Okay. So, these are the applications of this process: metal extraction, electroplating, and if I want to create a coating by using zinc, then it will be known as galvanization, and finally electro refining or purification of the metal. In your textbook you can see many other types of example of this process, you can easily go through them, and if you read properly your textbook you can easily answer the questions.
Subscribe. Click on the bell. Like, comment, share.